Rawhawk, thank you for the 5. Expedition 33, Split Fiction, Death Stranding, Donkey Kong, and Silk Song are all locks for Game of the Year. Odds of KCD 2 not making it with Indiana Jones, Ghost of Yotei, and Metroid still in it too. I think the most likely to get dropped off the list are probably Death Stranding and Split Fiction. I think they're both like Split Fiction. I think is very, very good, but I feel like it's already kind of gotten washed out by some of the other stuff. So right now, I think the front runners for nominees, I think they do 6. I think it's Expedition, KCD, Silk Song, Donkey Kong. That gets us to 4. We probably see Ghost of Yotei, and that leaves like 1 slot maybe for like a Metroid, or did I say Death Stranding? Like one of those landing in there. Yeah. Donkey Kong, lol. Dude, the people who are into Donkey Kong and like Nintendo stuff are crazy. They will put that above everything else. Because how it works, it's like a jury and they poll a bunch of different people at various media outlets. And they all nominate and vote for their top choices, and then those get nominated for the final voting. So we're talking about like game journalists, and game journalists love their Nintendo stuff. They love it. Donkey Kong above KCD, really? I mean, I think KCD is top 2 this year with Expedition. So for me, as far as I can tell, that's the final grouping. But yeah, I didn't play Donkey Kong. I'm not big into collectathon stuff. So it was never going to be like a game for me. But the reason why I say that it's on the list is because I know the people that do like collectathons said they really, really liked it. Oh yeah, Blue Prince. You're right. Blue Prince. Yeah, Blue Prince is big. Blue Prince is a big one. That also easily could get up there. But I think Blue Prince was probably played by a lot less people than some of the other games on the list. And you got to remember, like, the way that it's broken down is that it's a jury of game journalists. And if the jury didn't play it, they're not going to nominate it, you know? So Blue Prince, I think, could fall off probably before Split Fiction does. But if you're going by pure Metacritic, then Blue Prince would beat out a lot of games. I mean, it would beat out, like, Death Stranding. I don't know where Silk Song is now. The reviews were kind of slow to trickle in. There's still only 21 reviews. Really? We'll see how more trickle in. I'm surprised it's not more. A lot of big games, there's a lot more reviews. Granted, they didn't send out codes early, which is part of it, like, certainly, but I'm still, after all this time, it still doesn't have more reviews. But like, what's another big game this year? Maybe just Kingdom Come. How many reviews do they have? 75. So they've got over 3 times the reviews. So we'll see if they can keep, the Metacritic that high with a lot more reviews, but time will tell. Time will tell. My hot take is that all 6 of this year's nominees would have won last year. I don't think that's that hot of a take. I mean, I think last year was a little dry, and I mean, I think I think all of these games are phenomenal. It's a very good year. Very, very good year. So Yotei's gonna win because Sony owns Jeff. I'd say Kojima owns Jeff. Kojima can call Jeff up in the middle of the night. Jeff's taking that call. Tell you what. So, yeah, I'd say if we're playing that game, I think, if KCD is not even nominated, I ain't watching Jeff anymore. Well, in his defense, it would not be Jeff's fault. The way that they break it down is, and I'll show you this before we wrap up, the Game Awards. You can see the outlets that are involved. So if you go to the website, thegameawards.com, host, advisory, press contact, trophy, poster, icon, logo, host, advisory board. Okay, look at this. They help guide and advance the mission of the Game Awards. They're not involved in the selection of award nominees or winners and learns of the results of the voting at the same time as the general public. But these are the people involved in like the back end production of the event. President of Activision, CEO of AMD, president of EA, Epic Games in general, Kojima, Phil Spencer, head of Riot, the head of Nintendo, Rockstar, head of Ubisoft, head of Tencent, the head of Sony, Valve. Like, it is a corporate event, okay? Don't get it twisted. It is a corporate event. Do they have the list? Did they get rid of the list? Contact us. The game was about privacy terms. They might have gotten rid of the list. They used to have a list of who was like on the jury. Maybe they announced that later. Yeah, I guess they announced that later. Because last year they definitely had a list of all of the people on the jury that were involved with it, but they don't have that this time. So it makes me think maybe they announce it later. Interesting. Well, we'll get there eventually. We'll talk about it. Yeah, it changes every year. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of weird Rockstar is there. They never use the show as a stage for anything. Are you sure about that? I don't know. Maybe I will say this. It is interesting that all of these are the corporations: Activision, AMD, EA, Epic. Kojima's got his own company. Microsoft. All of those are parent organizations, except for, I guess you could say, Activision, which is a subsidiary of Phil's thing, but it's so big that it could kind of be its own thing. I get it. But all of these are kind of standalone, gigantic corporations. Rockstar is a single game development house underneath Take-Two Interactive. Why are they put next to all of the other big guys? I wonder. Maybe, just maybe, Jeffrey has something exciting to share soon. Buyout incoming? No, I think Jeff might have a trick up his sleeve for the Game Awards. Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting. Yes. Borderlands? No, that's not Rockstar. You're thinking of Take-Two. Take-Two owns 2K, and 2K publishes Borderlands. Rockstar is its own thing. Rockstar is on a different branch of the family tree. Because again, like we have this. You have Take-Two. Okay, this is like their stock ticker. And then you have over here 2K, and 2K does like Borderlands. They do Mafia. You know, they do all of that stuff. 2K does NBA, all of that. A separate group under 2K is Rockstar, right? They didn't put Take-Two on the board. They did not put 2K on the board. They put Rockstar. And Rockstar only does one thing. They just make games. They just make GTA, Red Dead. That's what they do. Red Dead 2 Next Gen, that could be it. It could be something just like that, but I don't think it's a coincidence, is my point. I think it's a very precise selection to put that on there. Yeah. I think he's telling us something. Basically, WWE and UFC under 2K or Take-Two Interactive. I think they're published by 2K as well, but I'd have to double check. Not sure.